Ladies and gentlemen, I am here tonight on the show. Let me close this. I hate when I don't like why this shit is. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, tonight here we are on the show tonight, and tonight there's a lot of stuff went down tonight. I had three different topics. First I was going to talk about the NFL and who should win what award. Then I see that Kevin Love breaks his hand and he's out for 2 months. All right, change. Sorry, that's the new topic. And then after that, I read a few hours later that Kansas City trades Alex Smith to Washington. I'm like, are you serious right now? So again, I changed the topic. So I had to change the topic, 2 times tonight. I went from NFL awards to Kevin Love breaking his hand to Alex Smith getting traded to Washington. Are you serious? What a night in sports. What a night in sports. Cannot believe it. Unbelievable. Some other stuff happened too. But I'm just going to focus on the whole Alex Smith going to Washington. So you don't usually get this stuff, ladies. You don't usually get a trade, especially about 5 days before the Super Bowl. Now this trade will not be done until March, because that's when the next season starts. Obviously the season will be over this Sunday, and then there's no. The new year, starts until March. That's when free agency and all that stuff. So this trade is only like a word thing. It's not gonna be like sign on a paper until March. But still, it looks like it's happening, and it looks like also not only that it has Alex Smith now. Not only does Washington now have Alex Smith, but also they have signed them to, I believe, a 5-year, $95 million deal, which about 71 is guaranteed. Mother chicken on a waffle string. Wow. That is a lot of money for a guy who has pretty much had a good season but has always fell flat on his face in the playoffs. Once again, I don't understand what these players, these quarterbacks, they don't do too much, At least Alex Smith has been to the playoffs, He's won, 11, 12, 13 games, a year. So, but still, this year completely fell flat on his face in the playoffs to a 9-7 Tennessee team who went on to get their ass whooped by New England and ended up firing Coach Malarkey after the season. And so, but I mean, we all knew that this was a matter of time. Alex Smith said it all season long that he had a feeling this was going to be his last year in Kansas City because they wanted to move on to Patrick Mahomes. And they decided to do it right now. I don't know why you do this right now. Why not wait until like March? But it's done. Alex Smith for a second-round pick, and they got some beef in the back, which I forgot his name, for Washington. But yeah, it's a big deal. It's obviously Alex Smith to Washington, and also it's a 5-year because he had that 1 year left with Kansas City, and then they give him a 4-year extension, so it's a 5-year contract. 4 plus 1 equals 5. So and it's like I said, it's about 95 million altogether. 71 million are guaranteed, and he's going to be making about 23 million a year. That's a lot of money for a guy who's never been to an AFC Championship game or a Super Bowl. That is a lot of money. I wonder how much money Nick Foles could make if he, this is interesting because you're paying this guy who, yeah, sure has won 11, 12, 13 games a season, but has struggled in the playoffs, has never been to actually, you know what? Let me take that back because he was in an NFC Championship game back in 2011, I believe, when he was with San Francisco. So yeah, let me take that back. He actually did go, excuse me, Alex Smith, I apologize if you're watching this video. Yeah, back I believe in 2011, I believe he did play in the NFC Championship game and lost to New York. So yeah, excuse me. Not be too hard on Alex Smith here. He kind of deserves it, It's not amazing, but, he's been to the playoffs a bunch of times, whether with Kansas City or San Francisco. Did actually make the NFC Championship game in 2011 with San Francisco. I'm sorry, Alex Smith. I apologize on behalf of my fat ass. That was so long ago. But yes, I'm focusing more. I kind of forgot about his whole thing with San Francisco. But yes, he actually spent more years in San Francisco than he has in Kansas City. But I was focusing more on his Kansas City run with Andy Reid. But yes, he did have that nice little run in 2011 with Jim Harbaugh in San Francisco. He spent years. He spent from, I believe, 2005 to 2012 in San Francisco. He's been in the league since 2005. For those of you who do not know the story, Mike McCarthy they had the first round pick, and he was an assistant for San Francisco, and they were trying to make a decision whether to draft Aaron Rodgers or Alex Smith, and Mike McCarthy told them, I'd rather get Alex Smith, and they ended up getting Alex Smith. And then a few years later, Mike McCarthy gets hired to be the Green Bay Packers coach, and now he gets to be with Aaron Rodgers. You talk about being lucky. This guy messed it up. They listened to him because he was one of the, he had a lot of input on it, along with the head coach, obviously. But he said, I want Alex Smith back in 2005, and they ended up kind of listening to him a lot. Part of it was some other people too, and they ended up taking Alex Smith, and they let Aaron Rodgers go. What a mistake! But then he gets lucky, gets a job as the head coach with the Green Bay Packers, and it's unbelievable. But then a few years later, ends up winning the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. It's kind of crazy. But yes, Alex Smith has been in the league since 2005. Spent from 2005 to 2012 with San Francisco, and then from 2013 to just now 2017 with Kansas City. We'll see what happens. It's a little bit too much money for me, but between what he did in San Francisco, towards the end, he did lose his job in 2012 to Colin Kaepernick. To me, it wasn't really Alex Smith's fault. It was more that Colin Kaepernick was just playing amazing football. He could just do more stuff, with what Jim Harbaugh was trying to do in San Francisco at that time. It just felt like, it's like right now, it just felt like it was a better fit. Just like right now, I think Mahomes is a better fit than Alex Smith. Alex Smith, the problem with Alex Smith is that he just can't throw the ball more than 15 yards. And it's not that he can't, it's just that he doesn't like to, apparently. He's too much of a, be careful. He plays with too much, what's the word? Too much caution? I don't know. He plays with too much caution. I like Alex. He's a good quarterback if you're trying to build. But if you're trying to win a championship, So for Washington, they're trying to build. Haven't done much. Haven't been to the playoffs in like 2012. It's a nice quarterback. I don't know. Kirk Cousins, man. I honestly might rather have Kirk Cousins, to be honest, though. But whatever. We'll see what happens. Now, Kirk Cousins will be a free agent, and we'll see where he goes. But yeah, a little bit too much money, $95 million, $71 to guarantee, $23 million a year. A little bit too much. But at the same time, it's kind of slack. He has responded. He hasn't responded well in the playoffs. But he did have that little nice run in 2011 with San Francisco, Jim Harbaugh. And he did have some very consistent good years in Kansas City. All of those years in Kansas City with Andy Reid, they fell short in the playoffs. But I believe they made almost every year, if not every year, they made the playoffs in Kansas City. But anyways, I apologize once again for Alex Smith for calling him a dumbass, a shitty-ass quarterback. That's not my fault. I forgot about the whole San Francisco thing. But until next time, I'm the man that runs the place. I am CE. And until next time, I will see you later. We have this week coming up, I have the NFL awards, who should win what, and then I have the Super Bowl preview, which I know you guys have probably been waiting for that all week. I'm actually surprised nobody has really, where's the Super Bowl preview? Where's the Super Bowl preview? You guys have been patient with that. Good job. Pat yourself on the back. oh shit, pat yourself on the back, you know, do it slower. I don't know, just fucking hurt myself. But yes, that's the plan. We'll see what else happens for that's at least 2 future shows. You know, but we'll see what happens as the week goes on here, as we approach Super Bowl 52. The diarrhea Mexican style is real. I am getting very nervous. Starting getting nervous, but we'll see what happens. I'll preview that thing obviously here as the week moves on. But yeah, I'm starting to get nervous, man. I am starting to get nervous for this mother chicken on a waffle string. Am I starting to get nervous for this shit? We'll see what happens come this Sunday. But I am starting to get very nervous, ladies and gentlemen. But until next time, where did I leave my... Never mind. Until next time, I will see you later.